Welcome back to The Explainer. Today we are diving into a really profound metaphor for healing and self-discovery. It's a journey that starts in a pretty bleak place, on a shrinking piece of ice, and ends somewhere incredible, hearing the symphony of the universe itself. Let's get into it. So, our journey kicks off with this image, right? A polar bear all alone on an ice floe that's just disappearing. You can feel that sense of isolation, of vulnerability, the feeling that the very ground under your feet is literally vanishing. It's this powerful symbol for a part of ourselves that feels stranded, in danger, and desperately needs some kind of help. So what does that shrinking ice floe really stand for? Well, it's the foundation for the central metaphor of this entire journey, a heart that's been put on ice. Yeah, the frozen heart. It's a symbol for an inner world that's been completely locked away. Now, this isn't about not having feelings. Oh no, the feelings are there. They're just encased in ice, maybe as a way to protect ourselves, right? It's a state of stagnation, where deep pain is sort of preserved, which also stops it from ever really healing. You know, our first instinct when we see something frozen is usually to just apply a ton of heat, get it done quickly. But what this journey shows us is a really crucial lesson. Trying to force a thought isn't just a bad idea, it can be incredibly destructive. I mean, just think about that for a second. Taking a frozen heart and shoving it into a 380-degree oven. It's a violent image, and that's exactly the point. It shows how applying brute force or this rushed, intense energy to our delicate inner world, well, it doesn't lead to a gentle thaw. It leads to shattering. And here we can see the two paths laid out so clearly. On one side, you've got that fire, that urge to force the change. It's all about speed, haste, and this deep need to be in control. But on the other side, there's a wiser rhythm, one that's built on patience, on prudence, and on trusting that the process has its own perfect timing. And this, right here, is the core lesson. It's so simple, but so profound. Warming a heart takes time. Unlike that oven, which tries to force its own schedule, real healing, it works on a completely different clock. It has its own pace, its own rhythm, and you just can't rush it. Okay, so if force fails, what's the alternative? What actually works? Well, the answer isn't some aggressive act of fixing things, but actually a very gentle art of caring. The source material has a beautiful name for this concept, le soin. Now, le soin literally translates to the care, but its meaning is so much deeper. It's really the art of taking time. It's about shifting our whole mindset away from frantic doing and into a state of profound, gentle being. It's all about applying softness and deep presence to ourselves. And this process, it follows a really clear path. You start by just being present with yourself, but specifically through softness and through care. From that gentle space, a real, genuine transformation of your inner being can finally start to happen. And only then, from that transformed state, can you begin to consciously choose the notes, the keys, for the music of the rest of your life. But there's a catch, and it's a big one. You can't practice this kind of gentle care while you're still suited up in all your armor. To get to this kind of depth, you have to be vulnerable. It means making a conscious choice to set down all those defenses we've built up around our frozen heart. And this leads us to a fascinating paradox. To find this deeper connection we're all looking for, this journey says we have to surrender the very control we think is keeping us safe. The source material uses this really cool metaphor of disconnecting the cables. You can think of these cables as our deepest fears. You know, the fear of drowning in our emotions, or the fear of losing contact with the world as we know it. But to fully experience every dimension of who we are, we have to be willing to unplug them. This brings us to a really profound idea. To truly let go of all control, we have to be okay with losing the way. That means releasing our white-knuckle grip on the path we think we're supposed to be on. Okay, and here's where a brilliant little bit of French wordplay just reveals everything. You have la voix, which means the voice. This represents control. It's the voice of our inner critic. It's fueled by words, or mots, and our pains, mots. By letting go of that controlling voice, we open ourselves up to la voix, which means the way, the true path, the real journey that you can only find through surrender. So that's the key question, isn't it? I mean, it sounds terrifying to let go of that inner voice, to disconnect those cables. What happens in that space? What fills that silence? And this brings us to the absolutely beautiful payoff of this whole journey. Because what you discover on the other side of that surrender, it isn't emptiness, it's everything. In the silence that comes after you surrender, you can start to hear something new. Once our own inner noise, that voice of control and fear, finally quiets down, we can begin to hear the music that was playing for us all along, the symphony of life. Now, this symphony isn't just a cool idea. It's a tangible feeling. It's described as an expression of vibration. It shows up as this sense of lightness, of a profound peace that isn't just contained inside your body but feels totally boundless. The qualities of this symphony are just wow. It's something you can feel, but you can't quite put it into words. It's deeply soothing, really comforting, and it brings this sense of perfect completeness. And most importantly, its very nature is to transform whatever it touches. And here is where we bring it all full circle. See, the symphony isn't just something you listen to. It becomes a part of you. The music created by hearts that are warming up at their own just rhythm actually generates a softness that's powerful enough to thaw even the most deeply frozen parts of ourselves and of others. So after this whole expansive, incredible journey, the final instruction is the simplest one and maybe the hardest to follow. Be quiet. Stop talking, stop analyzing, stop trying to control. Just be quiet and listen. And that really leaves us all with a challenge, doesn't it? In a world that is constantly screaming for our noise and attention, what would happen if you truly allowed for some silence? What music has been playing for you this whole time, just waiting for you to finally hear it?
My heart is lost tonight, drifting on a sea that's growing thin. I thought I'd warm it fast with fire, but heat like that just burns within. No loving, no force, no rush, just breath, just time, just trust. So I learned to hold it gently, to sit with what is slow. What I feared was frozen silence, was music waiting down below. The silence is singing, can you hear it now? The silence is singing, no need to bow. Drop the noise, drop the howl. The symphony's playing right here, right now. The silence is singing, the silence is singing. Silence is singing. I used to grip the road map tight, afraid to lose my voice, my way. But losing the voice set me free, to find the way that doesn't stray. Words can move, words can bind. Quiet opens up the mind. My subtle body's dancing in rhythm soft and high. I unplug the fear cables, let the current flow. silence is singing. To lose the path is to find the song. To fall quiet is to belong. Silence isn't empty, it's a team of light within, working soft between the sessions, healing where you've been. I don't force it anymore, I don't script the shape it takes. I just show up open, tender, and let the music wake. Silence is singing, can you hear it now? The silence is singing, no need to bow. Drop the noise, drop the house. The symphony's playing right here, right now. Silence is singing, silence is singing. The silence is singing. No map, no plan, just grace. The rhythm finds its place. My heart is melting, not from flame, but from the sound. The silence is singing. Finally hope.